you end up having people like you only. You're letting the opportunity waste. Don't do it. It doesn't work in UPSC, it will not work in management test. Today, gone are the days when UPSC preparation was like a lone wolf affair. आपने अपने घर का दरवाजा, रूम का दरवाजा बंद किया, you're studying 18 hours a day and you'll become a civil servant. No, that's not gonna work. Trust me, that's not gonna work. Why? Because now clearing examination like UPSC or becoming successful otherwise require an ecosystem whole, not just one person thing. It's an ecosystem. Even the person who's serving you tiffin at your place is important for your learning. Where you're staying is important for your learning. Who you're meeting is important. Where you go, the entire ecosystem conspires or plan for your success or failure. Don't take it as a individual effort thing. It is no more individual effort thing, unfortunately. Earlier it was possible that आपने 18 घंटे पढ़ाई की, आपने 4 किताबें पढ़ ली और उन 4 किताबों को 40 बार पढ़ा, you are able to crack examination. That is no more the case. Now you need to have a diverse learning environment as well. These are the few things I wanted to share to begin. I understand that it is, for me also it was an extreme goal, but I understand that usually these are the things which people who consider themselves aspirants want to listen. But there's just one disclaimer why I want to it. I was discussing with sir and others a short while ago that whatever you want to do should not be because there is some reel or short where Chauhan appeared to be telling you that you do it. Because you need to understand that the reel that is coming to your mobile phone after every 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, it is not an innocent exercise. You people have studied data analytics, you know it. There are algorithms which are working. There are algorithms, AI that's working to show, repeatedly show a face of Vijendender Chauhan and lights on your screen. So that you start believing that the dream being served by these influencers, these motivational speakers are your own dream. These are not. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. Don't let AI decide what your dream should be. Because it serves AI and their honors that only 3-4 dreams be given to you. You become IAS officer, you become doctor, you become engineer, you become a manager, right? Because it is easy for them to then serve this trajectory, this market. Do not let your dreams be decided by any algorithm or anybody other than you. Please own your dreams. That is possible only if you understand that, like I said, you need to have diversity in your life and other aspects. This society needs diversity of dreams. The entire youth of the nation cannot be pushed to handful of dreams. That will be real tragedy for the youth, for the society, for the country. We need to have multiplicity of dreams. We need to have diversity of dreams. As a matter of fact, I would love to have individuals who have multiple dreams, even in this single life. You want to have 3 dreams in your life, 4 dreams in your life, even better. But if that is not possible because of the career pressure and everything, at least society should have multiplicity of dreams. That is possible only if there is no hierarchy of dreams. IAS सबसे ऊपर है, उसके नीचे मैनेजर है, उसके नीचे डॉक्टर है, कहीं नीचे गड्ढे में कोई टीचर पड़ा हुआ है, like me. No, that is not done. We need to have diversity of dream and we need to have respect for people who choose these dreams which are other than chosen few dreams. If you're able to do it, trust me, you'll be serving economy better, you'll be serving society better, and you'll be serving yourself better. With this, I'll close my part. I'll be happy to take a few questions. Thank you.
heartfelt gratitude for accepting our request and joining us today, sir. You just filled out of the beans everywhere and showed the facts of the society running here. Now we have a few questions. All the aspirants are here. Few questions for the sir. Anyone?
मैं विशाल, मैं हिंदी स्नातक का छात्र हूँ इसी विश्वविद्यालय। अभी जब आपने पूछा कि मैं हिंदी में बात करूँ या अंग्रेजी में, यहाँ बहुत मतभेद था। उसके बाद आपने अंग्रेजी को चुना, ऐसा क्योंकि मुझे समझ आए। एक तो पेड़ का तना और मुझे नहीं आया समझ, क्योंकि हमारी अंग्रेजी कमजोर है। तो अंग्रेजी
हिंदी वाले लोग मुझसे अक्सर नाराज हैं। दो वजहों से रहते हैं। एक तो मैं खुद हिंदी वाला हूँ, ठीक है, इसलिए जब आप अपने ऊपर तंज करते हैं, अपने समुदाय पर तंज करते हैं, तो आपको थोड़ी सी लिबर्टी मिलती है। और क्योंकि आप कह सकते हैं मैं भी हिंदी वाला हूँ, ऐसे में अक्सर लोग नाराज हो जाते हैं। बट लेट्स टेक द क्वेश्चन सीरियसली। What I do, I get opportunity to speak with everyone almost on daily basis. लगभग रोजाना मुझे अलग अलग लोगों से बात करनी पड़ती है। और चूंकि पब्लिक स्पीकिंग मेरा एरिया भी है, तो उससे जस्ट पहले जब मैं स्टेज पर पहुंचता हूँ, उससे पहले आई डू माई ऑडियंस रिसर्च, ठीक है ना। मैंने जो हमारे होस्ट थे उनसे जानने की कोशिश की कि कौन सी भाषा बोलने पर अधिकांश लोग समझे, राइट। दिस वाज माय क्वेश्चन। had it been possible for me to speak in Telugu, I would have preferred, but तेलुगु मुझे नहीं आती है बिल्कुल। मतलब मैं उसमें मोदी जी की तरह दो वाक्य भी याद करके नहीं जा सकता। Or I can speak in English, right? That was the only choice available. I understand that most central university campuses, उनमें हिंदी में बोलने से टूटा-फूटा सबकी समझ में आ जाता है। But I've been speaking to southern states में जो IITs, NITs के कैंपस हैं, उनमें मैं बोल रहा हूँ, and I've realized that some people are left out. कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं जो इससे छूट जाते हैं। तो मैंने दो तरीके अपनाए। पहला तो मैंने बोलने के लिए अंग्रेजी की भाषा चुनी, ताकि मुख्यतः अंग्रेजी, जैसा मैंने कहा, जिससे वे लोग जो छूट जाते हैं उन तक मैं पहुंचा, मुझे नए ग्राहक मिल जाए। दूसरा, बोलने में मैंने वो सारी बातें बोली जो हिंदी में बोल चुका हूं। ये सारी की सारी बातें, अगर आप लोग मेरे चैनल पर जाएंगे या अदरवाइज, इनमें से अधिकांश बातें मैं हिंदी में बोल चुका हूं। तो और ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग, ओरिजिनलिटी वाला हिस्सा इतने कम समय के हिसाब से ज्यादा नहीं था उसमें। बट यू आर राइट, ऐसी सिचुएशन होनी चाहिए जहां पर हम लोग भाषिक विविधता का और ज्यादा सम्मान कर सकें, ठीक है ना। दैट शुड बी द पर्सन, बट इट शुड नॉट बी एट द कॉस्ट ऑफ इवन अ सिंगल पर्सन। ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि मान लीजिए आप ये कहेंगे नहीं सर 80% लोग हिंदी समझ रहे थे, इसलिए 20% को छोड़ा जा सकता है। फिर वो जो डाइवर्सिटी वाली मैंने सारी बात कही है, वो सारी की सारी बात झूठी हो जाएगी, ठीक है ना। That's why, I mean, I understand that it would have been better if मुझे ये मौका मिलता कि मैं पहले हिंदी में बोल दूं और अंग्रेजी में बोल दूं, बट उसके लिए बहुत ज्यादा समय लगता। बट यू आर राइट, मेरे हिसाब से भाषिक विविधता की और इज्जत की जानी चाहिए। I opted for the best option available to me, considering कि अगर 4 भी तमिल लोग इस गैदरिंग में थे, अगर वे मुझे सुन पाएंगे तो मुझे अच्छा लगा। हिंदी वालों को तो मैं दोबारा बता
My question is that you told that avoid fake personality. Sir, how do we know what is my personality?
Good. That is the question actually. And if you remember, I said in the beginning that I am a book reader. I read human being sitting across the table like book. How do I do it? If I tell you how do I do it, then you'll realize that it is easier for you to do it for yourself, right? How do I do it? My way is that in our course of life, when we interview candidate, we get the application form. It is called DAF, Detailed Application Form, and there's a column 7 in it. Column 7 talk about what you have done in terms of आपका school में monitor बने थे, when you got to play in the school cricket team or a college cricket team, what are the prizes were given to you, what are your interests, what are your hobbies. This is called column 7. It has 7A, 7B, 7C and 7D, right? These are the places where it appears that in your story, what are the twists and turns, right? And I need people looking at the twists and turns in their career life. And that is a wonderful opportunity to find out इस व्यक्ति ने यहाँ पर ऐसे change किया है, अपनी जिंदगी के flow को थोड़ा सा मोड़ा है, which effectively means this is the point to look at to find what is the real personality of this person. If I can do it in half an hour, you should be able to do it in 6 months. My request therefore always is, read your own life like a book. हमारे मन में हमेशा एक कहानी चलती रहती है जिसके हीरो हम होते हैं, पता है ना? Read that story carefully, as if you are not a creator of the story, but as if you are a reader of that story. If you are able to do it even partially, you will realize that you will have a top view of yourself. Like we have a top view of the buildings and all, you will have a top view of your life, looking from a relatively objective standpoint. Relatively, nothing is objective. Relatively objective standpoint. And then you will realize, oh, मेरी life में ये twists and turns हैं, right? Once you know about your life trajectory, then you know what is your real personality. Please don't deprive yourself, and please don't be in denial. When I ask sensitivity-based question from somebody, from a man, from a boy, that tell me in your life when you behave in a misogynist manner, right? The simple answer is, sir, I never did. But that's the most fake answer for at least any Indian man. We all are crafted in such a misogynist manner that if we claim that we were never misogynist, then we can only be lying, right? So what I'm saying is very simple, that be honest to yourself and read your own life carefully. You'll realize what is your true self, and please don't be in denial then. Once you start accepting the way you are, you understand yourself better. Then you know what is yourself. Then you know what is your calling. I'm not at all saying, I'm not a professional psychologist. What I'm saying is, so far it has worked with me, and I'm sure it can work for you. Thank you.
Anyone else? So I have a question.
Sure.
So, as an interviewer, we being aspirants of UPSC, we think in front of you if we got a chance. So, what is the least thing that you expect from an aspirant?
Okay, this question is being asked repeatedly with me. Sir, आप देखते क्या? सामने वाले कैंडिडेट में क्या देखते हैं? See, we are in a job-specific interview, right? It's like your placement interviews, but with a different job, with a different parameter. And it is not a rocket science. It is not at all a secret. Why? Because UPSC actually publishes it in the notification for civil services. They have a column called personality test, and in that they actually very clearly publish what is going to be the personality test and what are going to be the attributes to be tested. For example, it very clearly says, and it in fact even tells that how it will test it. It says it will not be an interrogation, but only an interaction. It is written, it is published in the UPSC notification. And also it talks about, for example, the analytical ability, the critical power of assimilation, the sensitivity, and these are the things we test. When I am saying we, because I am not the only person who will be testing all of them. I have taken responsibility, for example, about testing the sensitivity of individuals, maybe a little mental alertness part, and wholly about the diversity and inclusion thing and the individual. These are the things I test, but as a panel we test for all these attributes which are duly published in UPSC notification. Now the question is, how do we test it? And for that I tell you, whenever you listen to the question I ask, sometimes these questions appear silly, right? But there is usually always a purpose. And I've been saying it to the candidates also, that whenever a question is thrown to you, ask yourself two questions. One, what is the question? But more importantly, why this question is asked, right? What is the question is, right? You need to understand, you have to comprehend what is the core intent of the board member, which is important. But at the same time, you have to also understand why this particular question, which attribute of my personality is being tested by this particular question. If you are able to arrive at some points that, okay, this question is being asked to test my mental alertness. This question is being asked to see whether I am a sensitive, genuine person or not. Then you have to calibrate your reply accordingly. Otherwise, you can end up giving right information and still be adjudged negatively for your personality. That is very much possible. Thank you.
Sir, but is there any chance, like, for a panel interviewer to select one based on his personal interest?
Always. I've delivered lectures on it. You are suggesting, and you are rightly suggesting, that there are biases of the interviewer. Interviewers are actually social construct in themselves. We cannot deny that. I'll share an experience. We were conducting mock interviews, not the real interview. Our selection was not going to be the impact of in the final selection. It was just a practice. There was a particular day, there was huge rush, and we were having two panels. We usually have concurrent panels. There were two panels, and in lunch when the panel broke, the other panel broke a little early. We broke up 10 minutes late. When we reached for lunch in the dining hall, there was a huge uproar there. Because the chairman of the other panel, I was heading one panel, and the chairman of the other panel was furious at the organizers of the mock interviews. Why? Because he said, आप लोगों ने मुझे 3 कैंडिडेट एक साथ SC कैटेगरी के भेज दिए. You sent to 3 candidates in a row belonging to a particular category. This is unfair to me, even for a mock interview. You can understand. Interviewing 3 candidates from one category, he considered was unfair to me. I hope you understand what I am saying. There are biases. Biases exist. If the biases exist, it will reflect in the final selection also. It can be biases about gender, it can be biases about ideology, it can be biases about other things. Thankfully, so far, in UPSC, there are ways to scale things a bit. There are ways to ensure that it will not very adversely affect. But to say that the panel can be free from biases is not possible. But thankfully, since it is a multilateral board, there are many people in the board, and usually the chair considers the views of the other people also. So some part of it is offset, but there exist biases. Why else otherwise we see that certain category, certain kind of people get selected again and again. I'm not talking about the social category here. But if you look at the toppers from last 50 years, at least 80% will be coming from what is called the upper middle class. I do know that because of these reels and shorts, you do get those rags to riches story, 12th fail, aspirants, whatnot. But stories are made on this because they are rare. I hope you are getting. Rags to riches story, maybe 3, 4, 5 stories in the entire selection of 800. Who are others who are getting selected? More than that, my question is, what about others who came from the similar background and failed? So the rags to riches story wale, jo baki log the, jo fail hue, because you show 4 people who were doing aata chakki ka naukri, and were able to get selected. Manoj is a very good friend of mine. I took his interview, I took interview of Shraddha, they are a wonderful couple. I'm not talking about in general individually about them, I'm talking about the social phenomenon. If you are actually able to select 4 people and show to the rest of 40 crore people, youth, कि देखो इसने तो मेहनत की थी, पास हो गया, तुम नहीं हो पा रहे, it is your mistake. I hope you're getting that. Our success is a function of our privileges and deprivations. We cannot deny that, right? A few success stories will not be able to undo what the deprivations have done to your life so far, or what privileges have given benefits to you in last 20 years of yours. Our privileges and deprivations do play a role. So don't fall trap to those reels and shorts which suggest it is only individual effort that decide whether you will be successful or failure. No, that's why I said ecosystem. Do you know what is new this year in the UPSC interviews? This year UPSC interview means UPSC interview preparation ecosystem. This year, if you have cleared mains examination and you have deep pockets, your father is a big shot, you can afford money, then there are companies in Delhi which will call you and ask you, आपको mock interview के लिए कैसा board चाहिए बताइए. They will craft a mock interview board specialized, tailored for you as per your personality. I hope you get it. Obviously, it will cost you a lot. But if your father can afford it, your mother can afford it, you are able to have that kind of a personalized guidance in comparison to consider somebody who will not be able to even travel to Delhi and stay. So your privileges and your deprivations actually work very hard in either favor or against you. There is no doubt about it. Thank you.
So, can we expect number of attempts of aspirants in the near future?
Can we expect
Number of attempts
to increase?
Yeah. Like
See, if UPSC for some reason decide to increase number of attempts, that can be the most silly and sad thing that can happen to the youth. Why I am telling you? I have been telling it to campus after campus. Whenever you get into any relationship, girlfriend, boyfriend, live-in, whatever, always keep an exit plan ready. If you're planning to marry somebody, keep your divorce plan ready. UPSC unfortunately is becoming a black hole that's sucking your ears because you don't have an exit plan ready. In our time, there used to be 4 attempts. Earlier, there used to be even less. Then now it is 6 attempts for unreserved category, 12, 13 for some other categories. This is just to be sucked in that ecosystem. Please evaluate yourself. I just mentioned how to evaluate yourself, and then decide whether you will be giving this dream, if at all you have to dream. I told you diversity of dream is important. But if at all you have to give this attempt, please make sure that you have an exit plan ready in your mind. That you will be giving 3 years to it, you will be giving 4 years to it, you will be giving 2 years to it. And make sure that even in those 2, 3, 4 years, you are capitalizing on whatever learning opportunities is being served by the process of learning, process of preparation, and always have a plan B ready. Those who say that having plan B means your lack of confidence know nothing about the system. Having plan B does not mean that your lack of confidence or something. It only means that selection nowadays is no more a function of your individual efforts. It is not. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would like to call upon Professor Dr. G.V.K. Acharya sir and Professor Ranjit Kumar sir to present token of gratitude to the esteemed guests for the evening. Now, I will request Dr. Singh to propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. It has been such an honor to be part of this wonderful session. Respected Mr. Vijendender Chauhan sir, on behalf of School of Management Studies, University of Hyderabad, I extend our sincere gratitude to you for gracing us with your presence and sharing your valuable insights. During today's interactive session, we are profoundly grateful for the time and effort you devoted in engaging with us, answering our queries, and imparting your expertise. Thank you, sir. We look forward for applying the wisdom gained from this today's session as we continue our pursuit of excellence. I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the professors present here for supporting this interactive session and being a support of strength. Finally, I would like to thank all of you present here for making the time to be with us today and helping us make the session a grand success. Thank you all once again.